I'm Rosemary Sims-James and I run the Australian All-Star Cheerleading Federation.
My name's Stephen James. I'm the Executive Director of the Australian All-Star Cheerleading Federation.
We started the federation about 8 years ago, and it's basically designed to assist athletes within cheerleading and dance in the world of competition. So we run competition events all around the country, and we also do education, we do camps and clinics.
If people ask me about cheerleading, why should my daughter be involved, why should my son be involved, I would touch on those base elements. It's a fantastic, respectful sport for kids to learn how to interact with other team players. It's about teamwork, it's about hard work, it's about commitment, and they get to see it. They get to see the work they do on the mat. It comes out on the competition floor. But even if they come 7th, kids still come off the floor feeling fantastic that they did the best they could possibly do. And those life lessons about, it's not always about the win, but it's about the work you put in, the benefits of that.
The great thing about our sport is you can be 3 years old or you can be 25 years old. There is a place for you. You've got to find a club in your general area, and they're popping up everywhere. You will find one, guaranteed. It's growing so quickly. But it doesn't matter what age group you are, what ability you are, if you've done nothing before, if you've done another sport before, you find a club that will cater for your age group, and then they'll slot you into the level where they feel that you're at.
We have credentialed over 1,000 coaches around the country, and that's continuing on a month-by-month basis. New people are joining the sport. People contact us week in, week out, asking us, I've got my young daughter, she's 11 years old, she's done calisthenics or done basketball, she now wants to get involved with cheerleading. They give us their suburb, where they're from, what their aspirations are, and then we put them in contact with a local club.
The reason why cheerleading, I believe, is so successful is because there are roles for everyone. You know, you've got that child that never gets chosen at school sports. You know, they're terrible runners, they're a little bit thicker set, you know, they can't throw a ball, they can't catch to save themselves. You know, they feel really down about sport. Well, they come to cheerleading and all of a sudden, all the kids in the class are going, she looks really strong. We really like her, she's really cool. She becomes a main base, and all of a sudden this child that didn't really have much going on in her life, all of a sudden we want her, she looks really strong. So all of a sudden the confidence builds. Or you might be a 6'2" female that loves to dance, loves to wear jewelry and sparkly costumes, loves modern music. You don't want to play basketball, but you're a 6'2" girl. Well, cheerleading, she gets to be a back base, and she gets to not be a back base, she becomes the back base because she's tall, she's got a long reach, and she gets to dance, she gets to stunt, she gets to wear awesome, fancy, sparkly uniforms with great makeup and big bows. She gets to do all this to music. You've also got that little girl that's just on 5 foot that has danced her whole life but never cuts anything because she's too short. Spent her whole life training in an industry that she's just rejected. She comes to cheerleading, she becomes a flyer. The flyer is the person in the air. You need someone little and petite. So all of a sudden this person that gets rejected everywhere because she's too short becomes a superstar, and she becomes the flyer, which is like the business card of the team. It just gives everyone a role, and a role of significance and a role of importance. You've got this gorgeous flyer up top that is like the business card, but you know, she gets that she's nothing without those girls underneath. So that thicker set girl that's that main base now gets how important she is, because that girl up there has nothing without her. So there's this fantastic teamwork and comradeship in amongst all of the athletes. And it is the only sport in the world that has co-ed where the athletes work equally. You've got girls and guys working in a team equally, it's wonderful.
We run a number of series of competitions, each with their own flavour and personality. Our first competition series is a season starter. which is called the Winterfest series.
It's a warm-up, it's a season starter, so what we do is we encourage all of the teams to get their raw routines out on the floor. We have extensive feedback on the scorecard, so what we're doing is we're setting up all of the clubs and teams all around the country ready for the main events. We then move to a thing called the All-Star Battle, and that also is around the country, but that's a 2-day event, so the teams actually get to compete their routine twice and they get judged twice, so that once again really gives them a really good grounding and foundation.
Then the pressure ramps up considerably for the state championships. The state championships are a very prestigious event. Everyone feels the pressure of trying to get the routines the best they can possibly be, looking to get the title of state champion. From there, we then head to the grand final of our calendar, which is the Australian All-Star Cheer and Dance Nationals.
It moves around the country, but it encompasses the whole of the country. We get 6,000 to 7,000 athletes, and it's a big 3-day event.